Today, we're going to do a quick one on the latest altcoin trades and new token launches that I'm doing for the month of December. This isn't going to be for the entire month. Probably only going to be the first half of the month because as I have outlined in yesterday's live stream, I'm targeting maximum 1 month hold period for basically all my positions now in altcoins. And that's why most of these positions will probably be by mid-December, they will have been finished. So, but yeah, they still apply to early December. And I have, I think 4 narrative trades open right now, and also 3 new token launches that I will be doing, putting a little bit into each over the next couple of weeks. So this is all because the market is bouncing. Okay, so like I mentioned yesterday, we should see a bounce on Bitcoin towards the 50-week simple moving average, right around 100K. So right now it's at 102K. It will average down a little bit further, maybe towards 100K. So from here towards that point, there is a pretty decent gap, which means you can play this gap on Bitcoin, or you can play some altcoin bounces. I'm not confident in calling this the bottom and Bitcoin is going to have way higher, but at least in the next, I would say 2 weeks, because this drawdown really took at least 2 weeks to get here. So don't expect this to get up to 100K right away. So we will have a little bit of time, which means the next 2 weeks or so, there is a period to be playing altcoins. Now, what kind of altcoins should we focus on? Very simple, because we don't want to hold things too long now. You want to focus on altcoins that have had a strong rally, a strong narrative before this Bitcoin correction below 100K. And you want to target altcoins that have catalysts coming up. So let's just get into it. So the strongest altcoin right before this market correction recently has been Zcash. Everyone knows this. Zcash was, I mean, this is the Zcash chart, pretty nuts. From September 22nd, it was $55, and now it's $496. I can't even really explain what happened, other than it's just like a crazy 2 months for Zcash. This is the first week or so where I have actually seen Zcash like going sideways, consolidating. So I'm taking a Zcash position, again, using our trading bots. So all of the positions that I'm taking on the large caps that are available, they're done using the Pinex trading bots as usual. So you can check them out on the trading bots page that I have linked down below, where we have all the settings and the bot updates log right here. So I'll just go over them right away here. On the Zcash position, I have the bottom of the range at 418. I'm gonna move myself here. Bottom of the range 418 and top of the range 740. So that looks like this on the chart. So the bottom that I'm looking at is this one right here. So this previous low. Basically, even Zcash has so much strength even after like October 10th. If Bitcoin bounces, Zcash needs to bounce. So I don't see us like getting below this low unless, you know, this rally is basically over and this head and shoulders neckline will be broken. So is this for sure going to hold? I'm not sure. But that's why we're using the bot, and I'm not targeting much higher. So the actual position is actually pretty simple. If I can show you on the trade page, actually, on Zcash futures grid. So what I have here is like this: 418 low end, I think 740 on the high end. Recommended grids, automatic, and the grids look like this. So essentially we're targeting this low for the maximum drawdown and targeting the previous highs. Because remember, Zcash made these highs when Bitcoin was correcting. So if Bitcoin is going to bounce a bit for 1 to 2 weeks, if Zcash doesn't do a rally towards these highs, it probably is over, like this artificial pump. I don't think it's meaningful of a pump long term, where Zcash is going to be like long term this crazy good coin. But if there is more legs in this rally, in the strength, they need to hold 417, 415-ish and try to make a new high towards 740. So that's my range on Zcash. Okay, next. So Zcash is mainly the strength coin. That basically it's the only coin to rally when Bitcoin was correcting over the last 2 months. So we want to bet on the strength. Next, I have Monad. So Monad, I picked up already in the ICO at 25 cents, and I covered this on Twitter for the ICO, and I covered it yesterday after the ICO launch. Now at this point, because we are pretty, we are quite a bit above the ICO price already at 25 cents. So I want to have a kind of neutral range on it, in the sense that 41 cents is pretty, 4.1 cents is pretty far away from 2.5, the ICO price. So my low end range is 2.5 cents. As I have written down here, 2.5. And the upper range is 6 cents, which are these highs up here. So what that looks like on the chart is basically an even range around the current price, like this. So the downside and upside are pretty similar. What I'm betting on here is just there's going to be more volatility on this coin because Monad has raised so much money. Everyone has been talking about it. A lot of people want to long, a lot of people want to short. If we can get entries pretty close to that 2.5 cents range, I think that's pretty safe, because that's the first ICO ever done on Coinbase, and they will want to protect people's bags, ideally, because they want the ICO platform to have a good narrative. So the closer the bot can get to 2.5 cents, the better of a trade it is. But I use the bot right now to enter more of a neutral position, where it's just taking advantage of the volatility, because there's still a ton of volume. As we get lower and lower, people will want to long. As we get a little bit higher, people will want to short. And all in all, there's going to be a lot of volume, and the bot's going to generate fees. So that's basically what this position is. A Monad, more so arb bot than a trade. If we can get down towards, let's say, 30 cents, then it makes more sense to go heavier. But currently, it's more like it could go up, could go down. And there's going to be a lot of volume, and we know the downside is around 2.5 cents bottom. So you just want to take advantage of the volume to do bot arb. Okay, next I have actually two more meaningful trades. So virtuals, I still have this open. So I have had this open for about a month and a half, since 2 live streams ago, when right after the 1010 crash. So basically, Virtuals is the main partner for doing all the AI stuff with Coinbase, and they are the main provider for Coinbase to launch their X402 protocol, the AI agents stablecoin payments protocol. And there's a big wave around the next Coinbase event coming on December 17th. So around from now until December 17th, I think Base is going to have a lot of interest, just the main coins on Base. Virtuals is the main AI project on Base. You have Aerodrome, another good bet if you want to bet on interest on Base. This is the main DEX on Base. You have Avantis, the main perp DEX on Base. And more recently, there's also this new creator coin called Jesse. This is launched by the Base Chain co-founder, Jesse Pollack. And I think this is a meme-like, very low cap bet, but still going to do pretty well on Base going into December 17th. Because if I have the Coinbase account here, on December 17th, not only is Coinbase going to be hosting this event, most likely the Base app is going to do a public launch. So the Base app is a new version of the Coinbase wallet, where if you have the Base app invite right now, like I do, Coinbase Wallet used to be just a wallet, but you can toggle on the base app mode, and it all of a sudden becomes like this social media app where you can create content tokens and creator tokens. And the Jesse token is the first like official creator token made by the base chain co-founder. So this is a big narrative that they want to push, probably carrying over from Farcaster narrative as well. So because this event will have a big portion dedicated to the base app launch, I think anything to do with base app is pretty interesting. So that's a catalyst-based trade. So the main position I have on the base narrative is actually virtuals right now, but you can also do Aerodrome, Avantis. I think those are all pretty valid. Okay, and the grids on virtuals is actually the same. If I have it right here, I'm just gonna show it here. So the bottom of the range, 70 cents, top of the range, 2.3. This is the same exact range I had last month. The bottom is right around these lows at 70 cents. And the tops, I want to target these highs, the summer highs. Okay, next, actual narrative catalyst-based trade is Uniswap. So Uniswap, thanks to the Clarity Act, thanks to Project Crypto, thanks to the SEC finally being okay with DeFi protocols, Uniswap is finally going to turn on the fee switch. So currently there is a proposal being voted through right now called Unification. You can check it out on the Uniswap Foundation website. So the gist of it is, over the last like 5 years, Uniswap has many times tried to turn on swap fees and then give the fees to uni-stakers or use it to buy back and burn, essentially creating a feedback loop for like a centralized, like any trading exchange. But they haven't been able to do so because of battles with the SEC. However, now they're finally allowed to do it. So Hayden Adams, the founder of Uniswap, put out this proposal. They're going to turn on the protocol fees and use these fees to burn uni. And they just went through a off-chain vote, which had really good support, and they're going to move to do an on-chain vote next week. And then after 1 week of bounty to check this on-chain vote, they will do the vote the week after, and then probably another week after that is going to be the implementation. So we have about 2-3 weeks to go before this comes live and before this news is like widespread. So that's why I think this as a narrative trade is pretty good. The range I have on the Uniswap trade is very simple. You see Uni since 2022, these lows, $3.80, $4-ish, and then it established a new low right around 470. So I'm using like 470 as the low end and targeting at least like these highs here around $10 as the high end. Because I don't want to hold anything too long. So even if everyone catches onto this and they think it's a bullish development, I'm not too confident in Uni just blasting past $10 from here. That's going to be more than like 60% gain in a couple of weeks. Unlikely in current market conditions. So that's why, because I don't want to hold anything for longer than a month, I'm just going to have a like shorter term target of $10. So that's what I have. 475 as the low end range and $10 as the upper range. You can use these as trade setups as well because the risk to reward ratio is pretty good here. If you take a long on Uni, you can have a stop loss below like 470-ish and try to target around $10 as the TP. So the risk to reward is pretty good. And you know exactly when this event is going to come out. And if Uni does nothing from now until then, you can pretty safely just exit. Okay, these are the 4 trades that I have right now. Next, let's look at some new token launches. It actually still is ICO season, especially to US investors. Because of Project Crypto, because of the Clarity Act coming up, most US-based companies in crypto are allowed to do ICOs now. So there are a lot of strong coins doing public sales. I am doing this one basically right now called Machina. I'm not sure if I can talk about the terms directly because it needs like sign up on this platform called Legion. It is a public sale platform. You don't need to do anything special. But yeah, this is a DeFi execution engine that has a public sale going on right now that anyone can join. I'm doing this one. I'm not a seed investor or anything advisor like that. I'm just doing the public sale like everyone else. I'm also doing this one which has public terms called Rhea. This is a perp DEX that's launching their token on CoinList. So the sale terms are not too low valuation, so I don't know how much upside there is, but the terms are pretty good. 50% unlocked and 6 months linear vesting, so pretty fair. You get majority of your tokens back as long as this can reach 300 million FDV. I looked into this perp DEX a little bit on DeFi Llama. Where is it? Here. So by perp DEX volume, Rhea currently ranks at 13. And even though their volume is pretty good at 500 million per 24 hours, the open interest is not that good. So they only have 21 million in open interest, which means there could be a lot of wash on this exchange right now. And I wouldn't say, they have all of this 500 million as active traders. When there's high volume, but not that much open interest, it means people are not keeping their positions open that long. They're opening but closing, so it counts as volume, but it doesn't count as a position that's being held actively. So that's why I don't want to hold this too long. I think it's the perp DEX narrative is still really strong, and this is a name a lot of people know. So yeah, it's worth a punt, but I don't know if it's going to be like seriously competitive with these top guys. Lighter, I'm still very much looking forward to the Lighter TGE. This is going to be maybe by the end of the year or January, February-ish. Not confirmed yet, but I should have a link down below where you can farm Lighter points just by trading. So Lighter right now is by far the best perp DEX that has the most interest on it. So check that out. And I am looking to start farming by trading on some other perp DEXs as well to get their points program, get the token rewards, but really depends on which ones have the highest reward when compared to how much volume you trade. So because you can't trade infinitely, you're going to pay slippage, you're going to pay fees, so it just depends. But yeah, Lighter is a no-brainer right now if you want to trade on a going to be very hyped up TGE, which still has points program going on. Okay. Carrying on from the revenue, DEX narrative, Black Hole. Yeah, so Black Hole, we talked about pre-TGE, and it has been a while. And Black Hole has just been dumping because as any other, farming-based VE33 DEX, it usually dumps. The people who make money on this are people who lock the tokens and get the trading revenue. So the point of any VE33 DEX is the DEX token is used to incentivize liquidity providers. But as long as you hold the same proportion of the total VE Black that's locked and burned forever, you get the same proportion of fees from the DEX. So even though their token has not been doing well, their revenue has been doing really well. So here is a reason analysis comparison that's put out by Elio. So as you can see, the revenue to market cap ratio across major DEXs, Black Hole has 2.31x revenue compared to its market cap right now, versus like Jupiter, Drift, Arrow, basically all the main DEXs. If you want to value a coin, not by its narrative, but by buying the token and burning it and getting the trading revenue, which is what I have been doing since the TGE. I have not bought extra tokens. Instead, I just took my initial tokens in Black and I burnt it all. I've been receiving fees every week, and the fees have more than made up for my initial investment. Even though the token itself went down, I never sold any tokens because I just burned them right away to get fees instead. So if you look at it in this perspective, by buying Black and burning it for VE Black, you can get way more revenue in weekly epoch fees than any of the DEXs in the market right now, the VE33 DEXs. And Apparently, there's something coming for VE33 VE Black holders. I don't know what this is, but this is obviously going to be on top of this, so look out for this. Okay, and another perp DEX that's very much worth looking at, has way stronger narrative, is Infinex. So Infinex is this like front-end trading terminal that has perp DEX that has regular spot trading sitting on top of Synthetics. So Synthetics is one of the longest running DeFi protocols founded by Kane Warwick. So Infinex is also founded by Kane, and he has been just like pushing this nonstop over the last like 2 years or so. And a lot of people have been trading on this, trying to get into the ground floor. And they just announced that they will do a public sale, ICO style, on Sonar. So Sonar is the ICO platform powered by Echo, which is now part of Coinbase. So the last two sales that happened on Sonar were Mega ETH and Plasma. So both did really well. And because this is public sale, anyone can join. You just need a KYC. Their terms are very interesting. So they have low valuation of 300 million if you choose to lock the tokens for 1 year. But if you don't want to lock, you can choose to accelerate your unlock, with the end being if you want to get all your tokens at TGE on January 15th, you can also do that. But instead, you will get a 1 billion FDV. So basically, you can pick and choose. Okay, do you think like 300 million is low, or 500 million is low, or whatever? Maybe you get a 500 million valuation that you can invest in at a 6-month lock. I don't know what the exact curve will be, but this is pretty interesting. Like a custom public sale built for them with a curve. So I'm going to be doing this one for sure. And if you haven't signed up to Sonar, highly recommend you to do so. This is going to be a decent sale because even if everyone chooses the 1 year lock, they are selling 5% of the supply at 300 million FDV. So that's a 15 million raise, which means like there are good chances for you to get decent sizes in this. And they'll probably also prioritize people, giving people more allocation if they choose to lock. So 300 million is not bad. 300 million for this project is a pretty good valuation. Okay, so that's Infinex, another ICO. And do I have anything else that I want to cover? Let's see here. No, that's it. That's everything that I had. So basically just a whole bunch of things that I'm looking to do over the next week, and I want to exit them by mid-December-ish. So for all of these base chain, Coinbase, Catalyst-driven stuff, I want to exit around December 17th when the big announcement comes up. And for Zcash, I just want to exit when Bitcoin makes its bounce back towards that 50-week simple moving average around 100K. So Zcash should catch some bid with that. Monad, same thing. If price gets quite a bit higher, I'm going to look to exit. Otherwise, I'll just let the bot do its thing and trade the range between 2.5 cents and 6 cents. And Uni, also, I'm looking to exit when the Uniswap fee switch gets turned on and the proposal gets passed. So chances are it's going to have a rally into that news. And that's it. And I'm doing a bunch of ICOs in the meantime. One last thing to note. Yes, I'm doing a lot of altcoins still, but just like I mentioned on yesterday's live stream, I have 80% of my portfolio in Bitcoin now. So any of these positions in total make up about 20% of my current portfolio. And each time that I close one of these positions, I'm going to be stacking those profits or whatever's left over into Bitcoin. So I'm not going to be like rolling those bags to be bigger. The maximum that I want to have in altcoin exposure is 20% or less. Because all in all, Bitcoin is still in a macro downtrend because it has broken below the 50-week SMA. So we need to respect that. And at least we need to wait till it revisits the 50-week simple moving average around 102K, and then see what happens there. If we get above it, then maybe we get a little bit more bullish. But before that, chances are we are betting on a rejection at this bull market support or bear market resistance before we make our next trend change. So far the trend is still down. It means we don't want to hold anything for too long. If you want more trade updates, make sure you follow me on X at VirtualBacon0x right here. And all of these positions I will make updates on probably in another live stream maybe next week or week after that. If there are new positions after this base narrative plays out, we will make another update for kind of late December. I'll probably title it Trades Towards End of 2025 for the second half of December. So we'll probably have new positions by then. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for joining. Check out the bot links in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, next live stream.